So today I'm gonna trailer my car to work, which is Drive Autosports. You can see on the door, to align it, because right now I have a crazy amount of poke on this side. So I messed something up. It'll be pretty easy to fix. So I have a donut, but look how good the donut fits. Like, there's no spacer here. That's like the best fitting donut you've ever seen in your life. Thinking about actually running those. But yeah, you can see the poke. It's quite insane with the new FDF kit. I think I said that right. But yeah, wish me luck. It's gonna be an interesting drive. Since the wheels are so aggressive right now, I can't really turn around, so I had to back up on the trailer. So there's a lot more weight in the back, but should be fine. It's only the Everett, so let's go. We made it to Drive Autosports. Looks like I didn't destroy my fender. I was worried that we'd hit a bump on the trailer and I'd smash it, but it looks like we're good. Here's another look at that donut. Check out the new shop. We specialize in Subarus, but we do a lot more. We did bumpers and lights on this Jeep. We do full motor builds. And we have the state-of-the-art alignment rack. Mission mount, just so I don't lose it. One of my dream cars is a JZX. So I'm gonna save that for my JZX in the future. But yeah, it was all out. It was a pain in the ass to pull it. The starter housing was hitting right here, so I had to hammer that in. It was just a pain. It would never go back in without like moving the motor or pulling the motor. But yeah, here's the FDF kit. But we got a dog box. We got a triple disc clutch. We got Tomei oil pan baffling kit, so it has trap doors, keep the oil where it should be, especially with drifting, and a front sump JZ. It's not a rear sump, so this should be helpful. We got the flywheel, and then this disc right here. There's a brand new one here. This is my WRX flywheel. It's a automatic JZ bell housing with a Get Nuts adapter plate for the dog box. I need to get new clutch discs for this and a new throwout bearing there. And yeah, so this black one is the drive shaft out of my car. So R154 to S13 open diff. This is a drive line for GSR DOGBOX slip yoke aluminum to IS300 to a Toyota rear diff. So I'm wondering if this is shorter and I could just switch the pins and not have to do anything and just run them. Just run that. That'd be sick. Here's a size comparison. It's not bolted up all the way, but you can see this is why we have to notch it. See, the shifters are pretty much in the same spot. So we're gonna start the process of removing the dash and cutting the tunnel out. So I got the dash out on my car. Still got the stock dash bar in. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to cut this trans tunnel out. And so I got my power distribution block for all my gauges and heater and everything. So looks like I'm gonna take a grinder and cut these tabs off. Yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting and fun. Just build the box here if it's possible, but I don't know if it is, so we'll see. Tight everything fits. Looks like my motor's tilted that way a little bit because we're really close here. And that line is kinked. We're going to put that somewhere else, which is cool. So yeah, we're gonna have to cut out so much. Yeah. Check it out. Well, I took this out because this is more of a priority than heat, and this only matters when it rains because the windshield gets all foggy up, or gets all fogged up. So I think I'm gonna still go forward, and right now I'm looking at the rules and see how much you can modify the trans tunnel. I couldn't find it just now, so I'm gonna look again. But here's an update on everything. I cut pretty much the whole bell housing area out. Freaking ridiculous. Here's the mount. Got my cuts that I will weld later. It's hitting right here, so currently it's not sitting flush, but once I cut that, it will be flush. And my holes don't necessarily line up yet because I used that as a utensil and it didn't work. So I'll just oval these out a little bit, maybe put washers in. So here's what I got so far. I've done a terrible job at filming just because it's crunch time. Pro-Am is in 20 days and there's a giant hole in my car. So the plan is, see how I'm mounting these below? I'm gonna skin this with 18 gauge steel. I'm gonna try to bend it over it and then try to tack weld or stitch weld it on the inside, so this will look like one piece. On the firewall right there, I'm gonna do like a 1/4 inch square tubing from the top side, so it'd be easy to weld on there, because this is just packed with seam sealer, so it just like likes to light on fire, which sucks because I didn't pull my motor. My wiring harness is right there, so I'm risking it, but I should be fine. So this, we're welding it better into the car because it's not connected no more. So I have this plate here, which we're gonna box it in. So the seat rail things, they're strong again by boxing this in. And then the next thing we're boxing in is the trans mount area. So we're gonna have this, and then once I take the trans out, we're gonna connect this sheet to this to like create a triangle so it's strong. We're also gonna stitch weld this to the chassis more. Now that this is actually in here, I can trim more if I actually want to, which who knows. But now it's time to take the trans out and work on the inside. I got a gas on these spot welds, so they weren't welding too well. So I have to go get gas, but here's how I'm gonna tie the transmission mount sheet metal together. I'm gonna stitch weld, like you see. And then this guy. Gonna weld it there on the outside sheet metal and fill this up with weld. So it ties into all the metal and up there. And once it's tacked in, I'll probably hammer that down so there's not a gap. I was also running out of gas, so like these welds were not cooperating. But there's the top bar that I'm gonna rest the sheet metal on and then to weld it from the inside. I plan on welding everything from the inside. Making a stencil out of tape. You just put tape down and then your fingers are dirty. You just wipe the edges and it makes the edge for you. It's not beautiful, but there's my template. And there's proof it fits. Well, right on the money. Well, a bunch of cardboard later, I got that cut out. And you can see my lines that I will be trying to bend, and I'll let you know how that goes. So here is half my transmission tunnel, which is crazy. You saw I put it on the edge like that. Did square tubing along the edge. Vice grip on each corner. One back here as an anchoring, and then hammered it. So now the next part is trying to fold this side, which might be a little difficult. I might have to do it like on this. See, yeah, we'll see. All right, this is how I'm gonna do the other side. We got it clamped down. I'm literally gonna stand on this and I'm gonna hammer it down. Because when you push on it, it moves. So I'm literally gonna stand on it and try to hammer it down. And check it out. It's a goddamn trans tunnel. First test fit. Holy shit. We're so close. Like a inch over or half an inch over, but we still got that room up here. Where we're hitting right now is the corner, which is here and here, which I'll probably draw a line here and then bend this out, because that's where we're hitting first. But this is crazy. I'm like way over my head doing this shit. I am not really a fabricator. I'm kind of a do-it-yourselfer. And this is turning out actually way better than I thought. I don't have any professional tools, just angle grinder and a straight edge fabbing table, which I've done zero fab on it except bend this, which this is crazy. Is this smart or genius? For the most part, just covered that entire hole. And it's gonna get tighter because I still have to push this forward that far. So, see where it's hitting and push it forward. No idea the last time I updated you guys, but it was probably when I was folding this. So all you've missed is me welding it in. I haven't welded it all the way in. I don't think I need to because it overlaps. So it's just weld. There's some here too, but it's not all the way around. And on the inside, like up here, so it's welded here, here, and then I switched to the inside. So you can see kind of right there that those welds are on the inside. so you can see like how it overlaps. I reinforced it here better, so you can see it's welded right here and welded up here because this is my handbrake. So it's welded here and it's welded here, and it's really strong front to back, which is the only way I will be pulling it, but it does move left to right like millimeters, so I think we're good. Here's my shifter hole, and I did these because I didn't want my grinder, when I went over with the grinder, I didn't want those to ever crack, so I rounded them out and it went kind of far on that side, but it doesn't matter because this guy is gonna be riveted in, and I plan on running a center console. I've already mocked it up for the most part. It works pretty good. I'm also gonna be running a factory handbrake. So this is an old Villains thing. You can see where it used to be, right here. And now I had to raise it because the tunnel's raised. It's super strong now. So my center console is gonna go to here, and then is taken up by the entire frame, like that. And my center console is gonna fit like this. So it's still gonna be center console. You're not even able to tell. Yeah. And now my heater does not fit here no more. So I gotta figure out something there, which it might have to do with deleting the factory guys here, not running any of these, and just have it go straight up. But yeah, all this OEM wiring sucks. So with this out, I got some room. And look at the fitment on this. It's like on the dash bar, on the front, touching there. And I fucking, oh shit. Look at this, I fucking nicked the hose. So I'm gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna put a joint here instead of replacing the whole hose. So I'll put a joint there and ignore it. But it looks like there's adjustment in these. So I'll loosen those up and I'll only use the one hole here. Well, here and the same on the other side. And that should be good enough. And that should keep the windshield defrosted on those rainy drift days. Because that's the only reason this car has a heater. Because drift car, no interior, no sound deadening. Interior gets pretty warm with the transmission and the motor. But when it rains here in the Pacific Northwest, there is fog and frost all over the window and you can't get it off. It sucks. Since most of it's gonna be hidden, and I don't want to paint in here with a spray gun because you have to mask everything, I'm brushing on Pour 15. And this shit's awesome. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. There you have it. Pour 15 covered center console. The edges where it soaked through, I took some brake clean and cleaned the edge up. It's definitely not, I don't know. I wish this was done when I painted the whole interior so I could have done it the right way, but this will work for now. My center console, the dash will cover it completely, so I'm not worried about it. lays on so thick. So in the last clip, you saw me paint the underside of these tension brackets, and I'm just gonna bolt them in, which I've done. These are GK Tech tension rod brackets. And I'm gonna weld it in, and then I'm gonna paint underneath, mask things off that I don't want painted, and leave them in because I don't want to take the whole tension rod, sway bar shit off. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Placing the flywheel shim thing. We got the clutch in, the new flywheel disc, and the new clutch packs. We resurfaced all the friction plates and reused the pressure plate, and we're gonna put it back on. We just did same throwout bearing, but just new seals from the kit I bought from my friend, and it's going in. I forgot there's no exhaust on it. This is the first start in like fucking 4 months. I don't even know. We got a fucking dog box in this bitch.